going on, vlog? We're back. 30th birthday. Lots been going on. Trying to stay positive and feel good about my journey and stuff like that as I try to get to where I want to go. This is the last update. I've worked on a new feature, another indie, so that was fun. Different character, different look. It was crazy. We'll see how that one turns out. They're looking to do like a second part of that. We'll see if that happens. They said they already got the funds for potentially a second one. They're trying to go a little bigger, so we'll see how that goes. And I just want to jump on real quick. I was doing a lot of introspection back from class today, so just thinking about choices I've made and where I am now and where I want to be, and just how tough it is to stay positive. Like, one of the things you hear people say is like, put out positive energy, you get positive energy back, or you put out whatever, right? So if you always stay positive, you get what you put out, something like that, right? And at least today, maybe not all the time, but at least today, I'm feeling not so, positive, right? I'm feeling not so great. I think I'm coming to grips with the fact that I'm just not content, happy, or fulfilled with where I'm at, and it's so hard. Like, I'm working through it, trying to figure out how to be okay with the journey, right? And then, because the destination is not supposed to be the end goal, it's supposed to be the journey that gets you there. And I just feel like I don't know how to do that, because it's not that I don't know how, it's just that I don't know if my body physically doesn't feel that way. Like, I can be grateful for everything I have because I have a great place and I'm by myself and it's great, and I got the autonomy and all that, and I can do what I want when I want, but then I have the pressure of the bills, and just like every other adult out there working, right? You got the bills and everything, and I'm living off a dreamer's budget. I don't know if I talked about it in the last one, but a dreamer's budget here. It's just it's my acting from the teaching, and then my YouTube. And then both of those things are not secure. You just never know the fluctuation that you're going to get for that month, especially the YouTube, man. I'm working so hard, putting so many videos together, trying to get to edit, and I'm pushing towards, a niche and trying to stay in this zone that I'm in, that the game's not very popular, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to make money off of. I'm grateful that I am making money off of it, but it's just not as lucrative as some other things, so I thought about maybe doing a second channel, try to get something like that going, but oh shit. So I don't know, I just wanted to jump on today. I'm 30. It might, I don't feel like it's like a crisis or anything like that for me. It's just a matter of like, I'm just not where I want to be yet, and I'm having a hard time enjoying the journey. And I'm thinking like, maybe I should, maybe I try to be more positive. And those days I feel better. But I think today is more often than not. I think it's more, more prevalent than some of the other days that I have. And I just want to make you guys aware of that, because whenever I do make it, right, and I'm on a show, movie, TV, whatever, right, and I finally make it, and these moments happen. I'm sure even after I make it, I'm gonna have these moments as well. But at least I hope I'll be in a more financial secure position, and I won't have to worry as much and put so much focus, because the things that I want to do, I can't, because I don't have the money to do them. So I'm kind of locked into this state of waiting. I've had great auditions, series regulars, NCIS. I had a producer session for another guest star. It was, a lot of good things, and I booked another small supporting role in a movie. That was, it's great. It's a little pocket of change and everything like that, but it's not, well, I don't know, but it's most likely not going to be like, it's not like a big network or credit or anything like that. I'm just thinking like, I used to be so excited about those kind of bookings, and now, I'm just like, it's a job. It's not exciting me. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to figure out, like, should everything be exciting and whatnot? Am I feeling the right way? Things like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling, a bunch of mumbo jumbo y'all hearing today. So, 30th, I'm 30 today. I'm hoping my 30s will be much more fruitful than my 20s. I spent the latter half of my 20s pursuing this goal. So it's been 5 years now, almost 5 years of pursuing it, and I've had some great strides and everything. But that feature that I booked, that I talked about at the beginning, it took me 6-7 months to get there, right? 6-7 months to get that first booking, and it's just another indie feature. It's not a move the needle kind of thing. I mean, it might. Who knows? We never know, depending on where it hits and if it gets picked up and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking like that, and I'm like, is that what's causing me not to get nothing? Because I'm so pessimistic, or I'm being pessimistic in this moment, thinking about this stuff, and I don't know. People say that, you getting what you want is not going to make you happy, and that's true. I get that, but it would definitely make me feel a lot better. I can actually do what I want. There's things that I want to do that I can't do because I don't have the money to do them, and I'm sticking strict on my dreamer kind of thing, grinding my teaching and acting, and of course acting itself, grinding the YouTube, right? I don't know about easily, but I could stop doing both of those things and go get a regular 9 to 5, right? And then make a decent amount of money and only work 8 hours instead of the 16 hours to get $800 a month from the YouTube, whatever it may be, right? And it's like, I just know I'll be more miserable there than I would if what I'm doing now, right? I have my moments of misery, I guess, like today, I guess, in a way. I just, because I know where I'm at. I know my skill level. I know I can, be a cog in a machine for a movie or TV series. I just need to get the trust and get that yes to get in, and that's the hardest part. Because I don't know how long it'll take to get that. I'm sure I'll get it at some point, but is it going to be another 2 years? It's tough. It's really, really tough, and I'm just trying my best to stay positive and enjoy the grind and everything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to jump in, and it's part of it, right? First 2 years, first 3 years, whatever, I was feeling fine. The vlogs were more frequent because I was always talking about my progress. And I'm not saying I'm not making progress now, but I'm looking for, I need that goal. I'm willing to work as hard as I can, or as hard as I need to in order to get there. But it feels like there's only so much work I can do. Of course, I can try to start my own thing and film my own stuff and hope for that too. But I also have to take into consideration that if I start doing that, then I don't make any money from YouTube. Because anytime, when I'm not doing my YouTube, I'm not putting out videos, I'm not streaming, new money doesn't come in. So then the numbers are dropping, right? The numbers start dropping, and then I could be in jeopardy, and I don't want to ask my family for handouts or help anymore unless I absolutely need to. So it's like, this is what it is, For me, it's waiting, getting the yes, and hoping someone trusts me or believes in me enough to get there. I just got some headshots done, right? My package is all ready to go and updated in a way. So I'm gonna send it to my coach who I train with, and he's got connections, and he can send them out, and hopefully here's something good, because that would help me out a ton. But just a whole bunch of waiting and a whole bunch of hoping, right? I would say faith. I have faith that I'm going to make it. It's just the hope of it happening sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? That would be great. That would be great for me. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I just want to jump in here real quick. Yeah, so I did it's called Real Ones. I did that movie, and then I'm trying to do a Real Ones 2 where my character is still alive in that one, and it carries over, so I'm excited if that happens. It was fun. It wasn't too bad. And then I just booked another one called Bound for Glory, where I went for like a featured supporting. Like, it was a decent role for the character that I originally went for, and then they gave me another one. So I booked the smaller supporting role for that because I looked too similar to the main guy, the main lead, right? And I read with him for the Zoom audition, everything like that. Had the NCIS callback. It was my 4th time auditioning for NCIS, so went straight to the producers and the directors, and everybody was in there for the Zoom call thing, Zoom live callback. I felt great. Did one take, in, out, and I didn't hear anything, which is fine. I'm sure I'll hear from them again. I appreciate them continuously calling me in. Hopefully I land something here soon. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really have. Maybe we'll do another part here in a few months or so. Let you guys know what happens when Paralysis comes out. When it's supposed to come out later this year. Real Ones, they're trying to do a quick turnover for Real Ones. Maybe that'll come out as well really fast. And I think that's the only things that I'm waiting for, really. So, yeah, anyway, appreciate you all for watching. The journey is a tough one. This is a hard-ass journey, man. There's no connected dots on this one. There's no take this step to get to this step. You just gotta know the right person, and you know they trust you, and you get in. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I will see y'all in the next part. Later. What's going on, vlog? How we doing, man? So I'm working on trying to become better with the camera, right? So I just did like a little setup. Oh, up there. Little setup over there. I was working some different lightings because I want to get used to. I just want to be better as a DP. Like that's like my goal right now. Just understand it. But I was going through some of my folders because I had to find a new place to put these new files, and I found sad piece of hunk. The part you guys just watched. Sadness in that guy's eyes, man. He was going through a lot back then. Oh my goodness. A lot has changed. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but 2 days after that video, I had a radical change in my life. Radical change, right? So much to the point where I almost gave up acting. Almost gave it up. I think I was talking about like, you know, finding a job that's like easier pay and, you know, all that stuff. So I was really considering that because I was like, I was tired of struggling. I don't want to do this anymore. What's the point? You know, things like that. So, you know, 2 days after that, I felt like nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. And then I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but 2 days later, when I was feeling nothing, I wasn't sleeping and anything like that, picked up the book of John, read the book of John, touched by the book of John. And I have reconnected with God, with Jesus, and it's been an amazing last 4 months for me. I haven't booked anything else, but I've struggled a lot, right? I still struggled even after the reconnection, and there's some things and moments, some dips, valleys, peaks, whichever the down one is, right? We've had a lot of those. It is currently January 1st, 2026, brand new year. And, you know, we're feeling a little bit better than we did back then. That was really sad to watch, man. I was feeling bad for that dude, man. He had a lot going on behind them eyes. So I'm glad that, you know, we're doing better now. But, yeah, so we had those, you know, we still having the dips, still having the valleys, not, you know, having the best time or anything like that. But these last 4 months have been amazing. You know, I was worrying about the YouTube thing there, right? The YouTube and, like, not making enough or whatever like that. The last 4 months for me for YouTube has been consistently over $1,000 a month from playing a game that nobody's even heard of, a niche video game that no one really plays, right? Where's that game right there, right? Ain't nobody playing that game. There's very few that know. It's more popular overseas. It's more popular in Japan and, you know, the places where it's derived from, but it still has a decent audience here as well. And I'm lucky enough to be continuously finding that audience to supplement my lifestyle, right? The Dreamer budget is still going, but I'm feeling so much better about it, right? I don't really feel the pressure to put out a video every day. I want to work on more frequently videos for the YouTube, but it's not because I want, or like I need more money and stuff like that. It would be nice, but I'm at a good place now, right? I'm at a really good place with it. The movie I was talking about, Real Ones, I did that. I haven't heard anything about the #2 yet. I'm sure it's going to be coming soon. Bound for Glory was great. It was a mini blessing in disguise. Went there, met some great people, did the thing. It was really, really fun. And then I went there as a smaller supporting role. And the first day I did so well that they bumped me up for 2 extra days. And now throughout the movie, you're going to see my character go from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So he has a like continuity thing going out through the thing. I actually took someone else's like character in mind because originally it was supposed to be somebody else, right? So, you know, I did that, and then the last just 2.5, 3 months just reconnecting with, you know, with God, and a lot of relationships. You know, just things personally is going really well for me. And starting off this year, I want to work on understanding videography, understanding the behind the stuff, the camera stuff. So I have a 30-day thing that I'm going to be doing. I just started it today. We started with learning the light, which I already kind of knew, but it's it's working me through things where I have to write it out and kind of just say kind of what I see and how I feel, which will help hopefully me understand it better. And by the end of 30 days, I'll get a better understanding of the camera, hopefully invest into a better one, and I can start making some really cool like films and stuff. So I shoot demo reels and stuff for people on my phone, which look fine. Like they look fine. They're not like great or anything, not like crazy cool, but if I can figure out how to do it to make it look really, really good, then maybe I can start making my own stuff. I have, I teach the acting, so I got tons of people I know that act, and I can pull them in and hopefully make some cool stuff and go from there. But yeah, the last 4 months, it hasn't been all perfect. It's not been sunshine and rainbows the entire 4 months, but overall, it's been a lot better, a lot more grateful, a lot more grounded in where I'm at, where I'm going, and the excitement to get there. I recently acquired a new manager and agent, not because my last agent was bad or anything. They were great. They got me amazing opportunities, and I love being with them. So thankful that they accepted me for the time that they did. But we got a new team going into 2026, and I'm excited to see what it has for me, what blessings I have in store for me. And just watching that was sad. So apologies for you guys watching that first part, because that is, my God, it's a bummer. But like I said in that, I think it's important to capture those moments, because it's the journey getting here is not fun. It is not sunshine and rainbow, man. There are days where it just feels like it's rough. You question your sanity, like I've talked about before. And I just want to jump in really quickly. Nothing crazy big has changed for me. I'm blessed that the YouTube is really starting to like stabilize in a way. Like I'm getting consistent numbers over that 1,000 mark, which is amazing. I'm so blessed and grateful. That's my job. Just talk about fucking Chinese video game, and I'm getting paid for that. And I got my acting job, the teaching job coming. And I'm excited. I'm excited for next year, or this year. I'm in the year now, right? We're in 2026. I'm excited for it, and I'm just open to any and all, whatever comes my way, right? Whatever comes my way, I'm ready to go. I can't end it on that, man. I can't jump in with a second part and be like, guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was rough to watch. So apologize for that, It's important to see those moments, though, because eventually when I do make it, people can, look at those videos from the past and see the struggles and stuff, and and realize it took time. It ain't no overnight success. I wish it was an overnight success. I would gladly take that label just to have, my dreams come to fruition. But I think I'm starting to realize that I wasn't ready for that in the times I've been ready for it. But moving forward, it's a different, optimistic kind of a feel. Moving forward, I just feel different about it. I feel much more prepared, much more ready. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Anyway, that's all I have for this next vlog. I don't know what number we're on. I forget. These parts are so far in between each other that I forget the numbers and stuff. If there is an extra part that I have lying around somewhere, it might be at the beginning of this, which you guys would have already watched by now. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to get off here. I'm going to see you guys in a few months, most likely, unless something big happens. I'll jump back on. The one thing I want to keep consistent, at least, is this vlog, because it's the beginning of my journey. It was the inception of the journey, and we have to see it through. We got to see it through, guys. So hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully, 2026 blesses you guys as well. And I'll see y'all soon.